Hey, how's it going, everybody? So we're going to look at something a little bit different today. We're going to look at Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S. H.A.C.K.S stands for Highly Articulated Character Kit System. We're looking at Achilles, the Mydron King. So let's start off with the packaging. Nice clamshell. This is collector friendly, which means that you can pull everything out and put it all back together, and it looks like you never opened it. So here's what it looks like. Nice art on the front, full display of the character, accessories behind, on the back, a nice little profile, as well as other characters in the line. He is in wave 6. So for me looking at these guys, there's 5 waves prior to this. So this one is one of the more latest lines, or 6 and 7 came out almost at the same time. So yeah, let's take a look at them. So like I said, this is collector friendly, which means no tape on any side. These are not sold in normal retail chains. This would be found online or on their site. This is from a company called Boss Fight Studios. I should have said that before. Alright, so see, that slides right out easily, perfectly, smooth. Alright, there's no tape on any of this, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. Do keep in mind that stuff may fall out, like the sword did. The only pieces of tape you'll find are right here on possibly the bag to keep it in place. Alright, so let's look at the figure first, then we'll go over the accessories. Do the price point at the end. These figures are the 3 3/4 size, so that's G.I. Joe, typical old school Star Wars size figures. Now, if you don't know Achilles, because you're not fluent in Greek mythology, warrior whose only vulnerability was in his ankle. Should be back here, which that's why they have a nice silver ankle on him. Or have you ever heard of Achilles tendon? So he has an incredible amount of articulation. You got the hips, you got the double jointed knees, jointed ankle, waist, abs, shoulders, elbow, wrists, and neck. One of the things about this is, if you notice in the H.A.C.K.S, there is a thing that's called a kit and system, which means that pieces can be popped out easily and replaced with other pieces from different figures to create your own customized characters as you see fit. So let's take a look at some of the accessories. We'll put him down for a minute. So there's a sword. His shield is done beautifully, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to take a look at that. Lots of detail. Alright. Helmets. I have a few of these series at home. Helmets are okay. I think that to get them to look the way they need to look, it's hit or miss, depending on the helmet. But this one seems to look fairly well on him. It flares out here. I think it actually works. So this guy I might display with his helmet on. Alright, so we got a spear, and like I said, it just slides right out of the sleeve. You can put it back in as you see fit. I think this company needs to start making accessories to, stands to put all your extra weapons on, because as you can see, you get a ton of accessories. So far we have the figure itself, a sword, a shield, a spear, a helmet. All the armor is removable, so you can get them down to his skivvies if you wanted to. Alright, so let's see what else we get. Put the bag aside. So we got a stand with the Boss Fight logo stamped there. Nice stand, works well. 2 identical hatchets. Everything is matching, just to let you know. All the accessories look like they belong together, which is always good. An additional hand to hold different weapons, probably the shield. 2 additional hands, I'm sorry. A extra, it looks like a neck joint. Which I've never seen that come in an accessory kit before. Let's get back to some more of the accessories. This is sheath for the single sword that you get, so you can add that to him. An extra foot, which you're like, why does he come with an extra foot? Like, that's kind of weird. But here's the thing, they give you an extra head. So you could make him into a normal soldier. So if you wanted to have Achilles, but you wanted to have another one of his, say his lieutenants with him, you could actually pop off his head. Okay, so see the head of the ball pin is in there. That's why you need the additional head and ball pin, so you can make your additional soldier. So let's do that. Let's do that on camera, see how it goes. So which way did it go? I do believe it goes small pin down. So when you're looking at this and you have the bigger ball pin, you got the smaller ball pin. The small one goes into the neck. The bigger one goes into the head. Pops right on. Or if you wanted Achilles to look like he has the Mr. Clean look, there you go. Like I said, their kits, their systems, they're doing this on purpose, that you have the ability to decide on how you want your character displayed. Even if you wanted Achilles not to have the silver foot, you can easily do it without it. So there's another soldier. And since you guys want to see what I meant by you can take off all the armor, I already took off one piece of leg armor. There you go. You go all the way down to gladiator status or slave status if you wanted to. Captured, whatever you want to play, whatever you want to display. If you notice that the ball peg came out with the head, so that's why they give you the additional one, so you don't have to worry about that. Face is decent. I see a little funkiness with the eyes, but not too bad. He comes with one sword and the 2 hatchets. He has multiple places to put it on this armor. This armor is standard with some of the characters, so it's not unique to him. The color scheme is unique, so I should point that out. But as you see, there's a spot for the sword in the back, or a hatchet, perhaps. Let's see if we can fit a hatchet back there. Yeah, so you can put a hatchet on the back for him to carry. And then the sheath right here, which you didn't notice the tassel, so you want to put the tassels to look like they're draping, so you want to put it on this side. Nope, this side. My bad. This side. So they look like they're facing down. If you put them on the other side, it kind of looks funny. You can put the sword in there, like so. Tight fit, very. They don't give you that much clearance. So you can have them like this. Put the hand on the sword. So, as I fiddle with this thing, if you're a fan of Greek mythology, these guys are beautiful. They are stupendous. And I think this is the first time that I've ever seen anybody really tackle Greek mythology in a way where people are impressed by it, and it's really display worthy action figures. They are not designed to be given to a child. These are not a child's toy. They're not for little kids. They're more for the adult collector to display, to make a diorama of them so that they can make a nice little display of it. I always forget which way the spear goes. I do believe the spear goes pointing side up. Go this way. I could be wrong with this. I don't know. I always forget which way this goes. But we're going to put it this way. I see his hand is a little bit tight. Let's try one of the other hands. The hand is a little... It is flexible, so you can flex the fingers out to get them to hold things. That's why they give you a stand. So boom, there you go. He's ready for battle. I'm going to try the shield out. On the back of the shield, you have a handle, and then you have this arm brace. So the arm brace opens up like this. It's just on, it's a bit plasticky. So you're really stressing the plastic. Unfortunately, you're really stressing the plastic to get the wrist in there, unless you pop off the hand. And this is how I suggest you probably should do it. Pop off the hand first. Put the hand onto the shield. And then put the hand pin through the cuff. Not stretching the cuff out too much. I know it seems kind of weird. Put the hand on the shield and then put the hand back onto the arm, but trying to get all of them to work all at the same time seems a little rough. So see, you got the hand, and then you got the pin, and then you take the arm, and slide it in to the hand, if you can. Do the wall this way. Or not. Okay, maybe that's not the best way, but we're giving it a try. Nope. Okay. Typically what the problem is that I always have with this is getting the hand to get around the handle. So if you can do it on the outside like that, and then just pop it into the, pop it in. As you can see, Achilles lost his head. Oh crap. He's headless. Alright, let's put the head back on. Nothing's broken. That's the best part. You know, you're like, oh man, this guy's just falling apart while he's manhandling. Yeah, they're gonna be a little bit delicate with that kind of stuff, but that's because you can swap out the pieces. Once you start pulling them apart, you're gonna have that give and take with it. You know, the Star Wars figures, the G.I. Joe figures, the ones that you might be thinking about, are like, they don't fall apart because they're not designed to come apart. These guys are designed to be taken apart, to be customized, to see, you know, to see what you can come up with on your own, your creative style as to how you want your character to look. Buy multiple, make an army. Which is beautiful. So let's talk about the price point while I set this guy up. These guys retail for about 25 bucks a piece. You're saying 25 bucks is typically what I pay for a 6-inch figure. But with a 6-inch figure, you do not get this kind of detail. You do not get this many accessories. You do not get the versatility of a $20 figure that you're getting with this guy. You might be half the size or significantly smaller, but with the level of detail and the level of accuracy and accessories and versatility, he's worth it. He is absolutely worth it. I have a couple more of these guys to go over to show you guys. Not all the same, a lot different, to show you what more range they have. Are these guys worth it? If you love Greek mythology and you want something that displays that, yes, absolutely. If you're into dios and you want to start some sort of Greek mythology thing going, yep. They are starting to move away from the Greek mythology. They're starting to wrap it up. They are on wave 7 of them. So they're starting to slow down with that, and they have been promoting that they're going to be, see if I can put them off at the elbow. They are promoting that they'll be doing fantasy soon, which means your swords and shields and knights, elves, wizards. So if you think about it, you guys start jumping on these guys now if you want to get any of the older waves. If you love this type type of lore. So I'm going backwards now just to get them back in the package. I saw some of their upcoming figures, and one of the knights looks absolutely incredible. Very Dungeons and Dragons reminiscent of the old figures that way. Knight with blue and silver armor. So yeah, that's Achilles from Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S Boss Fight Studios. Definitely worth checking them out. They have a lot of versatility with them. I will be having other videos to show you guys soon of other characters. That's it. This is the guy. This is Achilles. Worth it? Yeah. They have more generic characters if you don't want this particular character, that you want just like a generic soldier. They have blank figures if you're into customizing, all that kind of jazz. So check them out. Check out Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S if you're looking for something a little bit different. If you're not into the 6-inch scale, a lot of people are moving towards that. A lot of collectors love that 6-inch scale, but they are pretty big. After a while, you start running out of room with the 6-inch figures. With these 3 3/4 figures, you have more room. They don't take up as much space when storing. And like I said, with this figure, you can seal them back up and store them very easily. If you ever decide to sell your collection, you would have to sell it obviously as it's been opened, but people appreciate it when you keep the packaging, and this kind of packaging can be kept pristine. So worth giving a shot if you're on the fence. And those of you who already have bought these guys know what I'm talking about. They're definitely worth it. Great company. They always seem like they're replenishing their stock, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh man, I missed out on the first wave. They usually bring back the wave a couple of times before they retire them. Unlike some other companies out there that are on law that like to just do one wave, get their money's worth, and get out. These guys seem to be, they'll do a couple waves before they retire the character. So there you go. There's always the exclusive characters that you might have a hard time finding, but I think they try to keep most of their characters in stock for a while. So as I close this up, I'm not going to do the entire thing on camera, but there you go. See, back in the package, good to go. For those of you who want to play with your toys and then put them back where they belong. Well, they don't belong in the package. I think they should stay out. But for those of you who want to see your toy that you paid your money for, test it out. Really cool. All right, everybody. That's it. Book ended. Back in the package. See you later.